Hey, what's up? I'm Video Bob, and this is my 2014 CTS-V Wagon, and it is for sale. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this car so you can make an educated decision on it. Now, they only made a couple of thousand of these cars. I think maybe about 700 of them were made during their highest production year of 2014, which is what this car was. I bought the car used with about 19,000 miles on it in 2016. It now has 65,000 miles. The bumper-to-bumper warranty was up to 50,000 miles. The drivetrain warranty goes up to 100,000 miles, but I also have a full bumper-to-bumper extended warranty of 100,000 miles on the car. Dealer repairs that were done was the rear differential had been replaced by the dealer. Other than that, the car is basically totally stock, except for it does have a larger, lower pulley for the supercharger, which gives the supercharger a little bit more boost, just a little bit quicker. This car has the black painted wheels, which were recently redone. They were removed and cleaned, repainted, and re-cleared along with the red calipers. These are the full Brembo brakes, floating rotors. These are 19-inch wheels. The car just recently had a full paint correction on it. That's why it shines like a mirror. There are a few tiny little chips and bumps and bruises on it from driving, a few little chips. This little area here, this grille has been plasti dipped to get that black look. It could use a little touch up, and maybe we'll get that done for you. These are auto leveling projection HID lights that actually they turn with the wheels. It's very interesting to watch. All right, one of the notable features about this car is the power liftgate. You can press a button underneath here, or you can use the remote. There's also a button mounted on the side of the driver's door. Lots and lots of room back here. You have this nice little cover that's removable. You can lift up this area here, and there's more storage, and underneath is where you could put a spare tire. It doesn't come with one, but it comes with a tire inflation kit. There is a Bose subwoofer where the spare tire would normally be. These seats fold down and give you a ton of space. You can fit a love seat back here, a refrigerator. I put a washing machine back here and took it home. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. There's a button up top to close the hatch. Under the bonnet we have the LSA supercharged engine. This is 540 horsepower stock with the supercharger, puts 15 pounds of boost out. You can hear that it runs real quiet. Now, a common problem that you will hear about some of the earlier CTS-Vs is that this supercharger would develop sort of a knocking noise. That's because they use a different type of bearing assembly in them. But in the later ones, like in the 2014s, this isn't an issue. But because of that recall, the superchargers are guaranteed up to 125,000 miles. But you won't be having a problem with it. The car runs absolutely perfectly, and we've kept this all clean. It was dealer maintained up to 50,000 miles, where they always use Mobil 1 synthetic. And I continued that, changing the oil every 5,000 miles. All right, I'm going to do just a general walk around the car. You can see that it's extremely shiny. Like I mentioned, it's had a paint correction, high polish done to it. And we only hand wash it using Chemical Guys products. So it's an amazing, amazing paint condition. There is one tiny little ding right down here. I'd have to find it. Hi. There it is, right there. There's a tiny little door ding. You can close this door correctly. And around the front, you'll find just a few little chips here and there. Like I mentioned, this is plasti dip that could be touched up. There's a few tiny little scratches. There was another little scratch right here on the hood that was filled in. But it's so shiny that I mean, you could see it's incredibly well done. The paint is like a mirror. It's absolutely like a mirror. Look at that. Let's have a look at the back seat. I don't think anyone's ever actually sat back there in the entire time I've owned it, actually. There's a look at the rear passenger door. Auto down windows. I already showed you the rear. People like to just make sure that everything works. I don't blame them. There it is. You may have noticed the, not to divert attention, but the Rolls Royce there in the background. That's my new car. I've been driving that recently. One of the reasons I'm selling, in case you're wondering, I'm enjoying that car. It's wonderful. Here's the passenger. Wonderful, wonderful condition. Brand new floor mats. And if you'd rather have these other custom-made diamond stitched floor mats that we had, you can have those instead if you like. Wheels in fantastic condition. Driver's side door. This is a magnetic mount that I put so I can hold my phone, because there's really no place to put your phone. You don't want this. This peels off really easily, but it comes in handy. It's a great place to put your phone. All right, having a look inside. There are programmable buttons over here for the seat memory. That comes in handy. Everything is powered. This unit raises up for your infotainment. You can select your audio. And we're not going to play any audio. You also have navigation, Sirius XM, if you choose to pay for it. Has OnStar system. It has dual climate control zones. Passenger can select to have their own heated or cooled upper or lower. Heated seats, of course. These are the standard seats, all leather, perforated. There is also a DVD player in here. Now, you can't watch a DVD while you're going down the road, but you could, if you were waiting, you could watch a video. Also a hard drive built into the infotainment system, and there's a USB inside of here that will allow you to store thousands and thousands of songs. I'm going to go ahead and leave all of my music in here. If you decide you want to erase it, there's a method to quickly erase all the songs, but I'm going to go ahead and leave a couple of thousand songs in there for you. You can listen to the hard drive, the CD, the XM, the AM, the FM, a DVD. You can actually listen to the audio of the DVD. So I've actually put in live concert DVDs and listen to them while going down the road. You have the OnStar system, also a Blackview dash cam system. You know, and all of the accoutrement of a Cadillac. You have, you know, cruise control, rain sense wipers, washers for the headlights. Fantastic car, and everything works perfectly. Now, one of the other features of this car, which is not stock, is something that we've added inside of the ashtray. We have a Escort Passport 9500 CI radar system and laser shifter. There are little laser eyes at both the front and the back of the car, and this basically diffuses laser. So if a cop points his laser at you with this system on, he won't get a reading. The radar system uses GPS location to track false readings. So if you drive past, let's say, one of those school zone signs or something more than 3 times, it will automatically block it out, or you can mark it out yourself. This is about a $3,000 system installed, and it comes with the car. If you choose not to use it, just turn it off. All right, here's a look at that infotainment system I mentioned. You have AM, FM, XM radio, which you'll have to pay for yourself. Sound system in this thing is fantastic. It's a Bose system. I don't think I have a CD in there. Well, I do. I do have a D. Snyder. I have a D. Snyder CD. There's the hard drive. You can go into the menu here and you know, look at some of the songs. There's a configuration button here. Lets you adjust the sound, navigation, display. I've let a mosquito in here. He's trying to get to me. And you can also, let me go back to audio. You can lower this if you choose to have it in kind of a sport mode. You have OnStar as well as the Blackview dash cam. Up ahead here are the controls for your window shade. And let me operate that again. And then there's a cover as well. I like that that's powered. In most cars, you know, it's just manually operated. This thing is completely powered, which is very nice. These are your individual lights here. There's also a control for, no, we don't go forward. Forward pops it up just a little vent area there. Then you have your standard, let me turn those back off. This is your home link garage door openers. And what am I forgetting? Just tons of stuff. Steering wheel controls that are lighted for operation of the phone, operation of your traction control, and also your cruise control stalk. Lots of functions there. Lots of controls for your windshield wipers and washers. Here, and I'll try and demonstrate this best I can. Zoom in a little bit. You've got some controls here for your trip odometer. Shows you a digital speed, average speed, your economy, timer, average economy, fuel range, oil life remaining, your G-forces that you've been pulling, oil pressure, trans temp, lots and lots of different, your tire pressures, parking assist, so many different functions. Another really cool feature about this car is the My Cadillac and OnStar app. Using your phone, you can remotely control the car. You can start the car, you can check your oil, check your tire pressures, check to see how much gas you have. You can track its location wherever it is, and you can even send a map to the GPS. So rather than having to fiddle with the navigation system, you can just simply pull it up on the maps, just like you would on Google Maps, and then send the location directly to your vehicle. That's a really cool feature because you can be in the house, picking out the restaurant you want to use, and then simply send it to your navigation. That's really cool. But if it's something that you don't know what it is, you can always use the OnStar. You want to go for a ride in the CTS-V. Let's go. Now, I usually like to drive this thing with the sport mode on, also with sport transmission. There are little paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel that will allow you to control your shifts, and you can also do that here on the actual shifter. Now, I know a lot of people are really interested in the manual version of this car because you could get this in a stick. But I gotta be honest, I don't know why anybody would want to do that because you just can't shift this thing as fast as it can do it. The thing about it is you can never really let it loose because the traction control will shut you down. Now, I never drive this thing without the traction control because quite frankly, that would just be stupid. This thing has so much power that you could pretty much burn the tires at any speed. And quite frankly, that's what makes it cool, but it makes it very dangerous. You never want to turn the traction control off on this thing. Now, you can put it into like launch mode if you're going to take it to the track and you're going to race it. But let me tell you, folks, this thing will get out from under you and go full-blown Mustang into a crowd. Nobody wants that. So right now I'm cruising at about 70 miles an hour. It's in 6th gear. I'm running 2,000 RPMs. I mean, this thing is idling. And the thing about it, the thing that makes this car super special is you can be going 70 and then suddenly be going 100. Up, that's 100. And back down to 60. Oh, that's what makes this thing so cool. You just can't do that in most cars, especially not in a station wagon. Bye. That was the guy in the Charger. So, I love this car, and one of the reasons I think it's the greatest car in the world is because it'll seat 4 people, maybe 5 if you're skinny. It's a station wagon. I mean, I've picked up small, furniture. I picked up a washing machine and put it in the back. You'd be surprised what you can get in the back of this car. Oh, the traction control is so good. And I just went around that corner now. If this was a Mustang, I'd be eating that wall right now. But in this car, it just puts you right in the direction you want to go, and just gives you all the speed. It's all traction. This thing drives beautifully. I have never driven another car, as far as a sports car goes, with the feel of this one. Now, listen, I know there's a lot of people out there going to say, listen, it's hard to compare this thing to a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a McLaren or whatever. This is a car that cost a tiny fraction of those, and I'm getting very similar performance. I think whoever gets this car is going to really enjoy it because, in my opinion, this car fits into the supercar category. It's touted as going over 202 miles an hour, and trust me, it'll do it. So this puts you into the ranks of the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and even McLarens that are out there. You have a 4-door station wagon that will pace with those kinds of cars. You're out of the leagues of the Mustangs and the Chargers and those kind of cars. Those guys aren't in the same level as this car. This car was about $80,000 new. You're now getting it at half of that cost, and it's a hell of a deal. So, good luck to whoever gets the car, and I'm Video Bob. Thanks for watching the video, and this has been my 2014 CTS-V.